The goalkeeper is the most important part of any team, because it is the one who can keep it in the game when the partners do not succeed. The exploits of goalkeepers look especially epic when their saves happen at the crucial moment, and also in the last minutes. And in this video, our project Footkick has collected a selection of legendary saves of goalkeepers in the last minutes. We disappeared from the channel for a while, but now we want to come back and try to make even better content. And now, I do not want to take your time, so enjoy watching. Manuel Almunia may not have been able to build a career at London Arsenal, but one episode in a Watford shirt is embedded in the memories of fans around the world. In the 97th minute of the return playoff match against Leicester City, the fate of the match hung in the balance. Manuel's team faced a penalty shootout with a draw on aggregate of 2 matches, and in the case of a goal, Leicester went to the final. One of the leaders, Anthony Knockert, took the penalty. The Frenchman made a run-up shot exactly in the center. Almunia jumped into the left corner, but in the jump touched the ball with his feet, and immediately after that, the ball bounced back to Anthony, but Almunia coped with the shot. Then Watford's defender kicked the ball out, starting the counterattack of his team, and a moment later the ball was in Leicester's penalty area, after a cross from the right, followed by a header to the striker Troy Deeney, who struck the guests' goal. This moment made all the fans run on the field that night, but all this was possible thanks to the crucial saves of Manuel Almunia.
Here's Hulk! Deeney! Do not scratch your eyes! You are really seeing the most...
In the legendary 2005 Champions League final, the Liverpool players pulled off an incredible comeback to take the match into extra time. At the end of the second extra time, the players of both teams had no energy left, but in the 116th minute, Milan midfielder Serginho made a cross into the penalty area. Andriy Shevchenko was the first on the ball, and the Ukrainian aimed a header from 5 meters from the goal, but Jersey Dudek fantastically kicks the blow, but the ball from the goalkeeper again flies to Andriy. Then he struck a powerful shot on goal, but the Pole put his hands out and miraculously managed to save the goal. This diamond save allowed Liverpool to move the game into a series of penalties, in which Jersey Dudek again became a hero by hitting a shot from the same Shevchenko.
It's around the edge of the Liverpool area, it's in here dangerously, the save made! Oh, it's an amazing double save by Dudek. How on earth did that one stay out from Shevchenko? He seems certain to...
In the 2019-2020 season, Gianluigi Buffon returned to Juventus after spending a year at PSG. In a home league match against Bologna, the Italian once again proved that he can be useful to the team, even at the age of 41. At the end of the game, Juventus were winning 2-1. But at the end of the second half, the guests earned the last chance to equalize. After a free kick into the penalty area, the ball perfectly reached the striker Federico Santander, who shot straight at point-blank range but hit the crossbar, but it was not over yet. Santander quickly got out of the offside and immediately made a bicycle kick. The shot was very strong, but Buffon surprisingly reacted and pulled the ball right out from under the crossbar. And this allowed Juventus to keep the winning score and take the 3 points. Not for nothing fans call him Superman. Manchester City were the unqualified favorites to win the 2023 Champions League final, where Pep Guardiola's team faced Inter Milan. However, instead of the expected victory, Manchester City got a very tough fight. And thanks to Inter's actions, Guardiola's team did not look like themselves. In the middle of the second half, City hardly opened the score in the match, but then several times in Sirius risked to miss the victory. In the last added minute of the match, Inter got the rights for a corner kick, and it was the last chance to take the game into extra time. So even goalkeeper Andre Onana ran into the English penalty area. After a cross into the penalty area, Robin Gosens gracefully headed the ball straight into the goal. But Ederson was in top form that night and in the air kicked the ball out, and a couple of seconds later, the referee blew the whistle, which meant that Manchester City became the Champions League winners for the first time in history. In the last round of the group stage of the Champions League 2018-2019 season, it was vital for Liverpool to beat Napoli at home. Jurgen Klopp's team was 3 points behind Napoli in the table and risked going to the Europa League. Well, after Mohamed Salah opened the scoring in the 34th minute, Liverpool tried to gradually bring the match to a victorious end. Despite falling behind in the scoreline, the Italian club fought to the last to take away at least 1 point from Anfield and snatch a playoff spot. And at the very end, Napoli organized one of their last attacks. After a cross from the right flank, the ball reached striker Arkadiusz Milik. The Pole found himself one-on-one with Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson and could have scored into the goal, but the Brazilian goalkeeper took the right position and did not allow the opponent to score by hitting the ball in a miraculous way. Liverpool eventually kept the winning score of 1-0 and equalized with Napoli on points in the table. Only in 1/8 of the final came Klopp's team, and only thanks to the fact that they scored more goals than Napoli. But as many of you remember, that Champions League was won by Liverpool, and all this could not have been without the amazing save of Alisson in the match with Napoli.
Casillas with a cross into the area. Fabinho won the first header. What a save by Alisson Becker! Absolutely sensational that was!
The away game against Liverpool in the last season of the English Premier League was very important for London Arsenal, who were fighting for the championship. Mikel Arteta's team had a 2-goal lead in that game, but Liverpool came back in the 87th minute to make the score 2-2. Soon after, the hosts had an excellent opportunity to make their comeback even more spectacular by snatching victory in the final minutes. And there was not just one chance, but two at once. First, in the 95th minute, the ball went to Liverpool striker Mohamed Salah, who was on his own right flank, gave a signature shot into the far corner. Many thought that after a ricochet from a defender, the ball is already flying into the goal. But Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale gave an incredible jump and deflected the ball to the corner kick. The danger for Arsenal didn't end there, because a little later, after a pass into the penalty area, another Liverpool striker, Darwin Núñez, made a header to defender Ibrahima Konate, who literally at point-blank range chested the ball into the goal. The fans were ready to celebrate the goal, but Ramsdale again gave out something incredible and kicked the ball right off the goal line. Arsenal took 1 point away from Anfield, not without difficulty, although the guests did not become champions at the end of the season. This performance of Ramsdale will remain in the memory of the fans for a long time.
Alexander-Arnold, Salah, deflection, saved by Ramsdale. Another huge moment for the Arsenal goalkeeper. Alexander-Arnold, Darwin Núñez, Konate, saved again by Ramsdale. How did he keep that out? Down goes Salah. Liverpool wants a penalty.
The final of the last World Cup between Argentina and France turned out to be one of the most dramatic in history. At the end of extra time, Randall striker Kolo Muani had a great opportunity to give his team another World Cup victory. After a long cross from the central defender, the ball perfectly reached Kolo Muani. Going one-on-one with the goalkeeper, Randall did not think of anything and shot with the first touch. But Emiliano Martinez ran out like a wall and kicked the ball with his foot. And if not for this save, Argentina would not have reached the penalty shootout, where the main hero again became Martinez. In the penalty shootout, Emiliano saved his goal from Kingsley Coman, and also disoriented Aurélien Tchouaméni, who did not hit the goal. Argentina eventually celebrated the third World Cup victory in history, and Martinez played a major role in this victory.
Forward by Konate. Muani! What a stop! What a stop by Martinez!
The return match of the Champions League semi-final between Real Madrid and Manchester City in 2022 turned out to be one of the most dramatic in the history of the tournament. By the end of the game, the players of the Royal Club were losing at home with a score of 0-1. But on the sum of the two matches, the gap was 2 goals. In the 87th minute, Manchester City striker Jack Grealish had a great opportunity to put an end to the confrontation and take the team to the final of the tournament for the second consecutive time. The Englishman went to the striking position and, from a rather sharp angle, shot very accurately. The ball should have gone into the far corner, but Thibaut Courtois at the very last moment put his foot out and saved his team. And everything that happened after that is already history. After a couple of minutes, the hosts leveled the score on the sum of 2 games thanks to the efforts of Rodrigo, and in extra time, snatched a ticket to the final thanks to a goal by Karim Benzema. Everyone notes that Rodrigo is the hero of the match, and there is no arguing with it. But everyone forgets that it was Courtois who gave Madrid a chance for a comeback, because if the second goal was scored by Grealish, and it would mean the end for Carlo Ancelotti's team, as there would be no motivation or opportunity to win back the 3 goals.
Grealish with the just beyond the post. Was that a corner? It was a corner. 2 chances in 2 minutes with Jack Grealish. Gundogan involved again.
However, Peter Cech's save against Liverpool in the final of the FA Cup is the best in this selection in our opinion. The most important moment came at the end of the match, when Liverpool were desperate to level the score. Andy Carroll, Liverpool's striker was in a good position and hit the header on goal, and it seemed that the ball had already crossed the goal line. But Cech made an incredible save, managing with his fingertips to hit the ball into the crossbar. This save was decisive as Liverpool could not score more, and Chelsea won the FA Cup with a score of 2-1, and Cech's save not only helped Chelsea to keep the winning score, but also became a symbol of his outstanding skill and reaction. This moment became one of the most memorable in his career and in the history of FA Cup finals. In the first match of the season, English Premier League 2021-2022, London Chelsea went on the road to newcomer Brentford. By the end of the match, the guests minimally won 1-0, but did it with great difficulty because the opponent had several chances to level the score. When it was already 93rd minute and there were only seconds left to the end of the match, the hosts got another opportunity to level the score. After a cross from the left flank, Brentford midfielder Christian Nørgaard processed a very difficult ball with his chest, and then with the second touch gave a spectacular bicycle kick. Brentford fans were breathlessly preparing to celebrate, but Chelsea goalkeeper Edouard Mendy made a fantastic save. The ball was flying with incredible power and speed, but the Senegalese managed to deflect it to the corner kick. Thanks to this and many other saves, which Mendy made a little earlier, Chelsea was able to take away the hardest victory.
Pinnock looking for a pinpoint cross. It comes all the way through and a chance with the oven. What a save! That is sensational from Edouard Mendy.
Well, thankfully for him, it's just above his head. And
In his debut season for Manchester United, David De Gea has repeatedly shown his skills to the fans. One of the most spectacular episodes occurred in the away match against Chelsea, during which the Red Devils were able to get back and level the score. And in the 91st minute of the match, Chelsea got the right to shoot a free kick and a chance to snatch victory in the final minutes. And the right to shoot a free kick took Juan Mata, who eventually sent the ball into the top corner. But it was not enough, because De Gea made a super heroic leap and somehow unimaginably pulled the ball from the corner. The goalkeeper helped his team to take 1 point, and also made one of the most spectacular saves in the history of the English Premier League. However, in the season 2014-2015, David made an equally spectacular save in the match against Everton. After a mess in the penalty area, the ball bounced right to the Everton defender, who did not hesitate to shoot from the fly. The shot was very strong and already seemed to be in the goal, but De Gea was of a different opinion, because the Spaniard for a split second turned into a Superman and saved his goal in a stunning jump. Although Thibaut Courtois was mentioned in this video, we must show you another of his saves in the final minutes. After all, the goalkeeper also showed himself in all his beauty when he defended his national team's goal in the World Cup quarterfinals against Brazil. By the 94th added minute, Belgium was leading in the score 2-1. But Brazil continued to fight to the end, and after Douglas Costa's run, the ball was at Neymar's feet, who tried to level the score with the curling shot. The ball flew straight into the far top corner. But Courtois, thanks to his height, had time to react and hit the ball right with his fingertips, and Belgium kept the victory and reached the semifinals. Although before the match with Brazil, many considered Belgium an outsider.
Foot. They haven't managed to do it. He did well there. And a great save from Courtois to deny Neymar. Is that the save that gives Belgium this?
Playing for Porto legendary Casillas once really helped his team in a crucial match of the championship with Sporting Lisbon. In the last minute added to the second half, opponents Porto had a chance to take a corner kick. The central defender who took a very good header, and it seemed that sent the ball into the corner, but to the surprise of all, the episode did not end with a goal, because Casillas stretched out to his full height and jumped to the ball. And thanks to this heroic jump, Porto took all 3 points. And Casillas, as always, showed his master class. And here we come to the end of our fascinating story about legendary saves in the last minutes of the match. These epic moments, when the goalkeeper becomes a real hero saving his team from defeat, remind us that in football every second matters. We hope that you enjoyed watching these exciting moments. And if you really like this video, then let's try to collect 100 likes. As soon as we overcome this mark, we will immediately start making the second part. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel to be aware of all the football emotions. But most importantly, love football. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.